You know what's funny, right? We could look back on this in like, say 3 years time or something and go, it actually worked out for us. Or we could look back at it and go, remember when we tried to do that?
Yeah, that was fucking shit.
Genuinely, I just thought that.
That lasted 2 fucking weeks, didn't it?
Like, genuinely, I just thought that. I thought, if we, you could be, when you look at some people with podcasts and you go, right, in the future, you think, this could work out for us. Or it might not, but...
Oh my god, shit.
Let's go. Right, we're rolling.
Well, turns out we didn't make it, so welcome to the first and last episode of the Last Ditch podcast. Going to be talking about all sorts this week. We've got some kind of Carlisle United club focus stuff to go through that I want to talk to you about. We've got a bit of a quiz coming up, play along at home if you think you've got the ball knowledge for it. And we're going to be looking over the last weekend of Premier League results, kind of see what went on there, anything that we need to point out about that. So, you attended the COFC like fans forum yesterday with Tom Piatak and the rest of the Piatak family.
I did.
Obviously, you can't disclose too many details because of the confidentiality rule and all that, but in general, without giving away stuff you're not allowed to speak about, how did they come across to you? How did that go, do you think?
Straight to the point, I love them. I really do. I think they came across really well. I think with a lot of football now, you get a lot of people just saying the right things.
Yeah.
They've got the money and they just want to play with a football club.
Aye.
Whereas, like you're saying, I can't say too much, but for Carlisle fans, these are going to be the right people. Like, honestly, I know you can't see into the future, and I can't say, it's going to 100% be good, because there will be bad days, of course, but they've got the club, in the right kind of headspace. They're not like just doing it in a whim. They are actually genuine people. I spoke to Tom afterwards, and what a lovely fella. Honest to God, absolutely down to earth. And I spoke to his daughter and Nick, her fiance. Yeah. And they were just the same. They want to get into the stands with the fans. They don't want to be sat in the. They're like, they don't want to be sat in the boxes just to see something. They want to just be in casual gear, in with all the fans. And I think they've gone in the away end for a few of the games, which will be, hopefully we see them in that. But
get Tom Piatak, Stone Island jump. Do you know what I mean? A little bit.
Yeah. No, they are, honestly, they all came across brilliantly. I think it'd be a positive for Carlisle.
I mean, they're the type of people that you want surrounding your club nowadays, especially with a club like Carlisle. I mean, I like a lot of fans. I respect what Andrew Jenkins has done for the club, and I respect that they kind of kept us where we were. And recently, we have seen some success under them with the playoffs and all that. But I think it's about the right time to hand it over to somebody else. I think we spoke about this after we went up, like before the season started, and we did say, if we want a chance at fighting in this league, you're going to need to bring in some investment. Whether that's 100%. Just externally or not, but it seems that it's not just investment with these lot. It's like they want to invest, they want to surround themselves with the fans and the culture of the club.
They want to be involved with the club, and that's what
and the city
with the fans
as well,
and
like
that.
The city in general, they seem to have done a lot of research and all that. I saw a photo on Twitter, and he was stood in front of like the presentation they had behind him, and it was like a beacon of hope for the community or something like that.
Yeah,
so they clearly see the club the same way the fans do. It's kind of like that kind of beacon that everyone goes to on a Saturday. It's like it's your life, your blood. You know what I mean? And I think they value that.
They've fully got involved in it as well. They really said they went to the Bradford away game and they were just hooked from there. They've honestly, I think, like I said before, like with the owners now. I mean, you look at the big clubs, and I know it's obviously the money in there is absolutely different world. But it's very rare now with football clubs. You get owners that are, communicate with the fans and they want to be there, and they actually are football fans themselves and want to, go to the games.
Definitely.
And these are they're desperate to come and watch Carlisle. They want to come over, and hopefully, I personally hope that it goes through for them, because I think they're a great bunch of people.
I mean, I think I heard something about them. They were at the Annan Athletic pre-season game. If you're coming to watch us play Annan Athletic in pre-season, you obviously care about this.
I think they're going to the Carlisle City friendly.
Against I think I might go to that.
I think you're going to that. But it's like you say, Andrew Jenkins, like the amount of years. I mean, you cannot fault him for how many years he's done with that football club. 60, was it 3 or something years? 4 years. Some
of the stories I've heard about Andrew Jenkins as well. Like obviously I've got family who've been involved with Carlisle United in the past, and like I heard stories about Drake. Like one time it was, I think I've told you this before. It was December, and the club didn't there was some sort of financial means, whereas they didn't know if the players were going to get paid or not for before Christmas, and he took a certain amount of money out of his own pocket and paid all their wages for that.
Well, that's
and that's if that's true, that is unbelievable.
He's been in the club, hasn't he, since he was 23?
Yeah.
I've read that, which I thought that is absolutely mental. But you are right. I think it gets to a time you've got to go, right, it needs a change, because
exactly.
Carlisle are on the up, with the team. Paul Simpson is doing a phenomenal. I said this to you. I said,
job.
When you've got a team doing well, you've got to have that investment in, and it's nothing against the current owners, but you need like the PIATAK family, PIATAKS family, sorry. They're going to come in and they are going to invest everywhere, and it's just
it's like a widespread investment. It isn't just the squad and the players. They want to improve. Like it's like it sounds like to me they want to improve like even the stadium facilities, whatever else.
They're not just doing on the pitch. It's like they want to do off the pitch and stuff like that, and that's such a good thing to hear because you think, wow, this Carlisle is. I've said for a while I think Carlisle is an absolute gold mine for whoever gets it.
Yeah,
because
it's a lot of potential,
especially now because I think realistically over the last couple of years Carlisle have not been in a good place, and I actually said to someone a few months ago, I said it's scary to think of where Carlisle would be if they hadn't appointed Simo back.
If we hadn't brought Paul Simpson back, we'd be in the National League.
Oh, 100%. And to be honest, we probably wouldn't be. We wouldn't have some of the players we had.
No, I think honestly, you've seen it with Scunthorpe United. They got relegated that season. They dropped out of the National League.
Yeah, and look what they're like.
And then they're in the National League North. Or the National League North.
Done a double.
They've done a double drop. Same with Oldham. They're not in the National League North, but they're in the National League and they're struggling to get up and get out of it.
Because that's another one. Investments, like you
say. It's such a hard league to get out of the National League as well.
The fella that what's his name? Is it Frank or something like that?
Who invested in Oldham?
Yeah. Because he's a local lad, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
He's just if I love them and you go brilliant that way, but then you look and go, but has he got the investment to take them to the next stage?
Back to the EFL.
Put into the stadium, to put into the team, to put into the back room. You know, everything has got to be working like clockwork with everything. And I think when you, honestly, I was completely taken aback. I mean, obviously you see the photos of them in the stands, you go, oh, brilliant.
Yeah. And
everyone wants like their club to be invested in and money to go into. You look at Wrexham, Salford, Stockport, for instance.
But you want to make sure there's the right
even
people,
like Birmingham City with Tom Brady now.
Yeah.
Even though you look and go, you don't know how much money he's putting in. They will get more people because it's Tom Brady who's then gone into that.
That's a figure in itself to bring that money.
And I think Carlisle have got to aim for, you look at like Luton, Brentford, Brighton. I know, I'm not saying we're on that level, but we can be there.
Well,
you know what I mean? Why can't we?
It was a thing I saw back in 2011 when we played Brentford in the final.
Yeah, I know.
And we beat them, but we slipped down the leagues and they went up.
Yeah.
Because they had a plan in place. Yeah. They had people who were willing to invest money. Brentford have got that money ball strategy.
I don't think Carlisle's ever been able to have a proper long-term plan because they've never had the money to go, right, we're doing this. The
first time in my life, at least, where Carlisle have had even somewhat of a long-term plan is when Paul Simpson came back and it was a 3-year deal. And then he personally laid out the way he wanted things to go. Yeah. And he laid out the 3-year plan that we had. And I'll be honest, that 3-year plan was to be in League One. Yeah. We've achieved that in the first year, and I think that's why it's very important we get these new owners or new investors in, because I think we've moved up too quick for our own good. Otherwise, I think we need to bring these people in with the money because we didn't expect to be where we are now. You could have asked any Carlisle fan last season, do you think we're going to go to Wembley and get promoted? You'd get laughed at. You would never would have thought
it would have been finished mid-table, and that
would have been a good season in my eyes.
I think a lot of people do actually go, "Oh, Carlisle, you've been getting beaten." You go, "Yeah, but." Realistically, when I've watched Carlisle, personally, from my opinion, I know everyone's got their own, but I actually don't think we've played bad. I think there's been little spells we've maybe switched off or got unfortunate with the officials, which are absolutely, by the way, horrendous.
The officials at this level.
It's actually awful. We obviously went to Wembley, and the fact that shot from Mellish cleared off the line, how that didn't give us a handball is
especially with their VAR.
Yeah, and you think if Amari hadn't gone in and scored. And we lost 1-0.
That'll be it. And we would have
that changes your whole kind of trajectory of your future, doesn't it? Because then you go, you've missed out, and then
would the PIATAKS have even came in and looked at it if we hadn't got promoted? Do you know what I mean?
I think they've been looking for a long time.
Yeah.
But they were at Wembley, weren't they?
Yeah,
so you kind of go, it's brilliant in that, but you kind of go, I know what you mean, but I think they probably would have still been interested. But then you go, it's a whole different ballgame then, because then you're in League 2 again. Then you're trying to build, and you've probably got players leaving. Like, without being funny, Mox would have left. 100%, because he's too good for League 2.
And the quality of the teams in League 2. Sorry to cut you off, but the quality of the teams in League 2, is the quality of football in all leagues. It's going up massively.
I actually think
that you can see in
League 2 last season. I think there was better teams. There's more better teams in that league that we were like. We don't know if your Leighton Orient. Yeah. I even think like your Bradford, Stockport, Salford. I mean, to be fair, I know. Salford beat us, but I think Salford were there, but they could beat us.
Yeah.
Whereas I think a few of these teams in this league, everyone's like, you'll get hammered. There is a good I'd say 8 teams at Carlisle are better than. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. And that's not being a bias.
No.
That is genuinely watching a football team and going, they are, when we have watched them, they are a better side to watch. Like, we've watched the different teams coming to us this season. I can't think of any team that I've gone, wow, they blew us off the park. Maybe Wigan first half.
Wigan first half. That's exactly what I was going to say. Wigan in the
first half. But then second half, you go, we absolutely turned it.
Proper stuck it to them in the second half, yeah.
And I think the away support, the home support has been absolutely brilliant this season.
Yeah,
and I think
it's been unbelievable.
If these owners come in, honestly, Carlisle is just going to go.
Brunton Park can get full if these new ones.
And the away support is unbelievable. It's just been announced today that the Bolton game, the away tickets have been sold out initially. They're going to get an extra 1,500. They've already taken nearly 2,000. You think that could be insane? You're taking 3,000 plus Carlisle fans. I don't care how big a club, should I say, Bolton are, whatever, or it's a big stadium. They'll have a lot of fans. You're taking 3,000 fans with you. You are definitely going to have a bit of up about you going, come on, let's take someone back for these lads.
Exactly.
No, but in whole, I think Carlisle's on the. I think they are on the up. I will be honest. Like when I used to go and watch them, I used to go, this is. There was never any kind of vision. There was never any. When you're watching them, you were going, what is this?
No long-term ambition.
Yeah, I said this to them yesterday, like to Jenna and that. I said, Carlisle have lost a generation of fans.
Yeah.
Like mine and my cousin Adam's age and lads around my age probably have picked to go and see Premier League. I support Premier League sides over Carlisle. Yeah. And I'm not being funny. I don't care if I get hate for that. That is true. People have gone and supported other teams in the Premier League because I've always wanted to support Carlisle. Had my number one.
Yeah.
And it's not about being a Glory supporter, but as soon as Paul Simpson came in, I thought, do you know what, I'm going to get behind these properly.
And I think, that
was it. It was just, I got a season ticket this year.
If you look at the attendance, from Keith Millen, God above, his last game, and Paul Simpson's first game, the difference in attendance is night and day. Yeah. Like, it absolutely
I think, do you know what, I have whole-heart respect for every single person that has gone when Carlisle are being absolutely in the mud.
Yeah.
And that, but I think it's very different. Sometimes people's finances, I'm not spending it because it's about sometimes 20 quid a ticket.
Yeah.
Plus, and you're going, I'm not spending that to go and watch them do that.
Battered.
Yeah, that was basically, I used to go and watch and I thought, my God, I used to go nearly every Tuesday night and then obviously the odd Saturdays with Adam and that. And I used to think, we are getting hammered in.
Yeah.
It was just, and if you got a win, it was like, how have you got that win? Whereas now, there's a complete and utter clear understanding. And to be fair, do you know what? Right back to even people like Nigel Clibbins, I think they're doing a really good job. Greg Abbott's been brilliant. Job. I've gone down and watched them train a couple of times on a Friday, whatever like that. Yeah. And do you know what? All of them come and say hello to you, and it's none of that. It just feels like everyone's working like clockwork.
Yeah.
But that Greg Abbott deserves a lot of
praise.
A lot of praise because I tell you what, I would not have picked it to have his job for what he would have had. The amount of stress he would have had over the last couple of months. Because they were 3 weeks behind everyone else, really.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Because obviously, when everyone else's season finished, it's like, well, they knew if they were in League 1 or League 2 or whatever like that.
The playoffs.
Yeah. And then
playoff final.
Yeah.
And then you can finally get to sorting out contracts and signings and all the rest.
It was worth it though. That Wembley trip was, honest to God,
best day of my life.
Yeah.
Best day of my life.
I was in tears.
There's a bit. When the final penalty was getting taken, I held my phone and I recorded just in case it happened and I need to watch it back. I'll put the video on the screen at some point, but literally I'm jumping around, I'm cheering, and after about 20 seconds I'm just crying my eyes out like a baby, mate.
I don't know how these were able to film themselves because to be honest, I was there and I felt like I was falling apart.
Yeah.
Genuinely, when Taylor Charter scored, I just put my head in my.
No.
I was just bawling. I think it was just an emotional.
It was.
I think it's been quite an emotional year personally for me and my family and that, obviously for yourself and stuff. But I think stuff like that brings people closer. Carlisle definitely has, and I tell you
football
what,
brings people together.
Football does, and I think
that's why we're sat here talking about it now. You know what I mean?
The emotion's different with higher end football and lower league.
Oh, definitely.
I've been to Man U games. I've been to loads, and there is nothing. I've never felt like when you score a last minute winner. Do you know what? Honestly, I can't not watch that on my part. I've sometimes just sat there and just watched it, and I've thought the goosebumps you get every time because it's like that. It's the sound. It's like the. Like that, you know.
Brief second where it's like, is it? And
yeah.
It goes and it's
there was someone on Twitter who was like, "Oh, Carlisle have the shittest limbs." And I thought, and then someone retweeted
the video of that. I saw that. Yeah. No, it's
no, but in whole, I think Carlisle's on the up, and I think the
definitely
PIATAK family
are the right people.
I think they're the right family. Yeah, I think they're the right people to take it forward. I think they're genuine people.
Yeah.
And Never know, might get them on the podcast at some point.
We'll have to wait and see.
Stay tuned.
Things are in the works. Can't promise anything.
But maybe.
We will have to wait and see. Anyways, now that we've spent like 16 minutes wanking ourselves silly over on the Carlisle United, we'll move on to the big fat quiz, ladies and gentlemen. Whee! So, I've stuck with English football questions. Because
my ball knowledge is normally quite good, but I bet you've absolutely shanked me here.
I don't know.
Who was the fourth highest goal scorer in the 1998 season in fucking National League?
Uzbekistan, mate, bloody Premier League. Right. No, they're all English football focused. They're not really difficult, but they're not really easy.
Right, okay.
Like you'll have a bit of a hard time guessing them. Yeah. Okay, there's one about
just go.
We'll just go with it. Okay. So in 2015-16, Leicester City made history and won the Premier League. All right, we all remember how good of a season. Do you think? We all remember how good of a season that was for them. It was unbelievable. Who was their captain that season?
Where's Morgan?
It's fine. It was Morgan indeed. Jamaican centre back, captain Leicester City for 9 years. Unbelievable service for his club. All right, you've got 1 out of 5. Forest Green Rovers recently got relegated from League One last season. Which striker did they sign to help them try and go back up?
What, who have they just signed?
Which striker did they sign to help them go back up? Quite a big name.
Oh, Troy Deeney.
Troy Deeney, it is 2 out of 5. I don't know, maybe I've got a bit too easy to do.
No, that actually stumped me then. I thought,
well, this is the international football one. What international football team have the nicknames the Super Eagles?
Nigeria.
It is Nigeria. Fucking spot. I didn't expect you to get that. Right. This one, you've got to guess the player based on their career path. Okay. Now it is a Manchester United player, is what you know what I mean. So you might have a bit of a chance with it here. So.
Wait, do I have to? Are you saying the full thing, or do I try and guess it?
You can try and guess it at each
right,
step.
Okay.
So, Manchester United from 2014 to 2016 made 13 appearances and scored 1 goal.
Between when? 2014?
2014 and 2016.
1 goal.
13 appearances, 1 goal. If you don't feel like you can get it, we'll go to the next one.
I feel like I've got someone in mind, but just Falcao.
No.
Oh no, he was on the season long loan.
No. Okay, and the next season, he was at Granada on loan, made 37 appearances and scored 5 goals. So a bit of a richer spell for him.
I feel like I know who's got. I'm trying to.
Go on, if you can guess it, guess it.
God, I'm absolutely showing my This is embarrassing. This. It's not Januzaj, is it?
Januzaj? No, it's not Januzaj. No. Januzaj played for Sociedad.
Oh, how is it? I couldn't remember if it was he'd gone to Sociedad after.
No, he's
on loan.
He's in Turkey now. I'm pretty sure. Plays for Başakşehir.
Is he?
That's Januzaj. That is not the guy we're talking about.
Yeah. I cannot think.
Do you want the next one?
2014. He scored 1 goal.
Yeah.
Is he a striker?
No.
Oh, that could be anyone, couldn't it?
That's the point.
I thought we were going with attackers when you saying I scored 1 goal.
No.
Nah, you're gonna have to go on the next one.
So then he was back to United from his loan, and then instantly went back out on loan again to Valencia, where he made 29 appearances and scored 1 goal.
Yeah, he loves 1 goal, doesn't he?
Yeah, he loves being shit.
I can't even think. Oh my god, what a shot!
I don't know if you'll guess it until we get to the most recent moves, because the most recent move that he's had is one that I think you'll probably guess it from. If it ain't coming to you, we can just do it. We can go to the next one.
Go on, where's the next one?
Okay, so the next time he came back from Valencia to Manchester United from his loan, and he actually played a fair bit for them between 2018 and 2020. He made 62 appearances and scored 3 goals.
Oh my god.
Anything? You get anything at all?
Do you know what I'm trying to think of? I'm trying to think of the squad that would have played
in between those years.
How many years was he? 20 till 2022.
He left in 2021.
Left in 2020. Right, so that was under Ollie. So I'm trying to think of who left. It's not Rojo, is it?
No,
No.
It's not Marcus Rojo.
Oh my God! Come on, Dan. You've got to know this, man.
There's a few more moves that we can go through first. If it'll
There's
help.
different. There's literally. I'm trying to think. He came in. What year did he come in?
2014.
Right. So he's came in when Moyes was there.
Yeah.
And he's left when Ollie was there.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Do you want his next?
No, you're gonna have to.
Different. Then he was at Lazio on loan between 2020 and 2021. 33 appearances and once again 1 goal.
My bottom manager's crap. This is a Man U player.
Yeah, it is.
It's dreadful.
Yeah, it is.
You're gonna say this, and I'm gonna go. Oh, of course.
Well, there's a few more clubs, and I think you might get them in the next ones. So then he came back to Manchester United again, and then he went back out on loan. This time to Flamengo. He made 53 appearances and scored 8 goals.
Pereira.
Andreas Pereira.
Okay, Andreas Pereira.
It only took us till about the second to last move. I was thinking.
And then it was Fulham.
Yeah, I was going to say,
yeah.
if you didn't get it there, you would have got it at Fulham.
To be fair, very forgetful player. No, to be fair,
he was one
Pereira,
of
I will be honest, he
players.
was shit. He was, honestly.
You proper bring that up there.
No, he was.
To give him
shit.
the benefit of the doubt, he was fucking one.
Genuinely, he was one of them players, you know, it's funny as well. I remember you see it on Instagram, he put stuff up as if he was like, he had the ego of like Ronaldo and like the playing style of like Pereira. He was alright, he was clutch. Pereira was brilliant. Pre-season Pereira.
Pre-season Pereira, that was it,
he used to score from near the halfway line. Yeah. Like, top corner, you've gone, oh wow. And then you'd be like, and then you'd get, I hate that when you get like Manchester down. So we'll definitely the higher up. The lower down, they're just very better. Like, he's not here, he's moving on.
No,
whereas like, we'll see what he can do. And I used to be thinking, Ollie, get rid of him. He's absolutely dog-like.
Well, there we go. Andreas Pereira's a bottle wank. This is the final question. You could be on.
Question. I've lost it.
You could be on for a 5 out of 5. Nice. I feel like this one it's kind of easy, but we'll see how you do with it. Which player holds the record for the most Premier League appearances of all time?
Gareth Barry.
It is Gareth Barry. You got 5 out of 5. You win. Fuck all.
Thank you very much.
I didn't expect you to do that. I didn't expect you to do that well on there. I thought there was a few. I
thought that one was Shannon's. If it had been like, you know, if it had been like a Chelsea or a Liverpool player, I'd have been like, oh well.
I don't know this.
But then again, it is Pereira, so I'm not too. It was hard to think. I didn't think he came in that year.
No,
I don't know why. I don't know why.
I thought like 2015, 17, something like that. I didn't know he was there since 2014.
I don't know if he was in the youth side.
I think he must have been because
I think
United was his first team that showed up when I looked at it, so it must have.
Christ, he came in 2014. Jesus.
Right. Premier League fixtures over the last weekend. Are there any that stick out? I know one that sticks out to me. Newcastle thumping Sheffield United 8-0.
Christ,
8 individual different goal scorers. Sven Botman got his first goal for Newcastle.
You're going to get them kind of games, aren't you? You get them I think you get them like once a season. You get like 7-0 or an 8-0, 9-0 because, not being funny, it gets to about 4 or 5-0 and their heads are gone.
Yeah.
It's like Man U Liverpool. Everyone's like, Man U's heads had gone by 3. I think their heads had gone by 2-0 actually last season. Yeah, because you could see Martinez had absolutely gone completely, and then 3-0 happened.
He's got a short temper as it is.
He does that. I love it. I think he's a fantastic
butcher
player. The butcher. People are
he's all 5'6", like, but you know.
Right, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to go against him. He'd absolutely crush him. Christ. But I'll tell you one that stands out for me. Everton 3-1.
Oh my god, yeah, Everton 3-1. I missed that. I didn't even see it.
He doesn't even looking at the fixtures.
No, I didn't even fucking catch that. Everton getting their first win of the season against a good Brentford side as well.
Yep.
Very good side. Yeah, all my money would have been on Brentford for that game. I did not expect that whatsoever.
I'll tell you though, I think Everton have this in them. They will get wins, obviously.
Yeah.
But I had them at the start of the season to go down because I don't think they have. I mean, I could be proven wrong, and I most likely will.
Yeah.
But I think I'd love to see Luton stay up, but
it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
I think when at the start of the season, I thought, no, they might do, but I think it'll be. Or should we do for another podcast a prediction?
Well, I mean, we're already like kind of into the season, but we could. Well, you know what? We'll do that on the next episode.
Yeah,
we'll sort them out on the next episode.
We can have a think, and we can put our top 4, and then we can do our bottom 3 or whatever.
Yeah, we'll do that. All right. Premier League predictions coming in the next episode. Stay tuned. But I don't see Luton staying up whatsoever. And like you said, it's one of them. I'd love it if they did, but they have been they've not been up to par. They looked good against Wolves. They had a lot of shots against Wolves. I'd say they were probably the better side throughout. But if you're not making those chances count, you're not converting them.
I'm fully behind them. If they can stay up, I'm rooting for them against like pretty much every team, I'd be like, go on, you know.
Aye.
Because I think, why not? This is when you get these teams coming in and they'll go, oh, they're going straight back down.
Yeah.
No, but I'm going to be honest, there's a lot of teams in the Premier League now that are just there.
Yeah.
They are there, and they're thereabouts, and they're between about 12th and 16th every season, and they do nothing. They get maybe the odd result against like a big team, and then that's
that keeps them there. But I think with Luton though, I think even they know their chances of survival are very slim. It looks to me like with their signings, they're kind of building a championship super team. Like they've signed Tyus Chong, they've signed Chidozie Ogbene from Rotherham, they've signed Jacob Brown from Stoke City.
I think it'll be a good learning curve for them, because even if they go down, I think they will come back up.
The Premier League experience for those players as well 100%. Is invaluable. Like
you sometimes need that. You sometimes need to go up to. If someone offered us, Carlisle, to go in the Premier League for a season, drop down the Championship and build, I'd be like,
I'll be up for that.
Yes,
go like United, Chelsea, City away.
Yeah, of course, man. And it'd be meant for them, because some of these fans would never have seen the Premier League.
No, exactly.
And you never know if they do go down. You never know when you get back in.
Let's be honest. As a Luton Town fan, they were in the conference 9 years ago. As a Luton Town fan, if someone had told you you're going to be in the Premiership in like 9-10 years, they'd fucking beat shit out of you. You know what I mean? They'd think you were taking the piss, because you never thought it was going to happen. And now that they're there, I think they're just kind of enjoying the ride.
Yeah,
and I'm totally for it. I'm totally behind them. But yeah, I really don't see them staying up to any.
I'll tell you, I've been surprised with this season, Spurs.
You know what I
thought that Spurs would do. I've always said that I think when Kane has obviously been phenomenal for them, but I definitely think if you had the right manager come in for Spurs and you take Kane out of that team and they just switch it, because obviously you can put that money in other positions. Yeah. Madison, what a signing that's, because I was baffled he went to Spurs. I thought,
signing of the season,
really?
Madison.
Oh yeah, Ward-Prowse, I think.
Really?
I think Ward-Prowse.
I'd still say Madison.
Madison and Ward-Prowse, like on level. Yeah. I think they've been good. I'm trying to think of who else.
Well, I mean, I said this when Kane left. I said, I think Spurs are going to do really well this season.
Yeah, you did actually.
Now that they don't, and I had a few people saying, "Nah, bullshit, that's not." But now that they don't have to focus on Harry Kane so much, now
I think everything was going through him. It's like you get that with number 9, like Ronaldo when he was at United. Everything was going through him.
And while he was very clinical. He's a very good striker, all the rest. But if you're focusing all your attacking play through one player, you've got no variety. And once a defender learns how to shut him down, that's you done for the rest of the 90 minutes.
I will say, like the goals that Kane. He's just got a hat trick, hasn't he? He got a hat trick. And
yes, for Bayern.
And you're just checking, making sure.
I was making sure it was still recording, it's still going, because it'll turn off at like half an hour.
Yeah.
But we can continue if there's other stuff we want to talk about. But yeah, and Ange Postecoglou is so likeable. He is so infectious likeable. I think he's absolute top bloke, and he's obviously a very good tactical manager. He's got his Tottenham side set up in a way that he knows he wants them to play. And they're getting the better of a lot of teams at the minute. Obviously, North London Derby's just been and gone.
Yeah, they just
that was 2-2.
I think you always get that with. I think whichever manager's in, really, unless they were doing bad. I actually predicted 2-2. I think about 2-2 or maybe a last minute 3-2.
Yeah.
Because I think with the North London Derby, it's always so fiery and back and forth. Like I think North London Derby's up there ahead of sometimes the Man U Liverpool and Man U Man City.
I'd say North London Derby's probably the maybe besides the Manchester Derby, I'd say is the best derby in the Premiership and the best derby in England.
Yeah, I think Manchester United versus Liverpool because of the history behind it.
Yeah,
but obviously recent times it's been a bit of a letdown.
Yeah,
well for us.
Yeah,
but I think the Manchester United Man City one that comes up. You just hate them because of how like the money that they've.
Yeah,
I know people will go, "Oh, you put it in as well." Yeah, but you have no fans either, so you know.
you're gonna get fucking pelters for that.
No, it's all. No, it's not a joke. Actually.
Yeah, it's not a joke for you.
What were the other results? Man U 1-0. I think they needed that.
United 1-0 against
100%. Johnny Evans masterclass.
Yeah, no, I saw that.
I thought he was brilliant, Johnny Evans. I think don't get us wrong. I think you look at the state of Man United, and that's even the thing we talk about owners.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's just
they're
complete and utterly.
They're crying out for new ownership.
That's another thing you need. I think after a while, unless your owners are on Palace. And Brighton, they're quite good at Brighton have been the best of recruitment and all sorts, and their owners and that.
Brighton's recruitment is unbelievable. If Brighton get an injury, they'll just pull some Argentinian lad out of the 7th division of Lithuania, stick him in the 11, and he scores and gets an assist. Like I don't get how they do it. Got the Champions League to talk about as well. Obviously, European football's back in full swing. Game that caught my eye was United versus Bayern. Yeah, ended 4-3 to Bayern in the end. You being a United fan, you watched it, you saw it. I heard a lot about Andre Onana, and I heard that apparently he had an absolute howler. But then he chose to come out afterwards and speak to the press and apologise, which I can respect. But if you've already had a shit performance, what good does that do? You know, well, how do you think he played? How do you think United played in general?
I think with Onana, it's like whoever we got in next. Man United's goalkeeper, being the number 1 and probably being the number 9, is arguably the hardest positions.
Being for United.
To be fair, even in I think English football at times, definitely number 1 for Man United, because I think you don't get. You think of the great goalkeepers for Man U, Peter Schmeichel, Van der Sar, and David De Gea. He was an absolute phenomenal goalkeeper. I just think, I know a lot of people will say, and especially with how Nana is, we should have kept De Gea. We should not have kept De Gea. No. He cost us in 2 cup finals, numerous big games. We got knocked out of Europe. Look, I'm not putting all the blame just on him, but I think there was a lot of the time when it was just step up there, and he just, you know what I mean? If you look at the City FA Cup final, they're going for the treble. Yeah. Was it 15 seconds in or something? Bang, volley. I mean, there's not much he could have done, but he's dropping down and on one knee, and you think, why didn't you just throw yourself at that? And, I know it's very different because obviously professional footballers and that, but I think Onana is, honestly, his passing is phenomenal.
His distribution is very good. Oh,
no, God. It's just bang. And
he just needs to work on his composure, I think. And that's
he's trying to be, I think he's trying to be to get out and make it a big thing. But I will say something, other than that first goal, he wasn't responsible for the other 2 goals. I think Eriksen was horrendous.
Really?
Absolutely.
In what sense?
I was watching my dad and I said, there was just no, it was like he was in reverse. There was just jogging. And I'm thinking, you need to be, if you're playing for Man United, you have got to be, every single player's got, especially against Bayern Munich, you've got...
You sound like Gary Neville.
This is Manchester United.
This is Manchester United. You need to run, you need to fight for it.
If you're playing for Man United, Liverpool, Man City, you've got to be, especially against these big teams. In the Champions League, you will get hammered. And people might go 4-3, we were 3-1 down, and we got that goal back from Højlund. Yeah. Good finish.
And then get a goal as well, though.
Very good for him to get a goal. I like him. I think he will. I think we need another strike. I take Ivan Toney. I think if you take Ivan Toney and you rotate between them, I play them as a 2.
Once he's back from his gambling thing.
What is he? I don't know how old that is. He's 21.
20.
Who? 20.
Ivan Toney.
Højlund.
I was going to say.
Ivan Toney's at 21.
26, 27. Højlund's 21, I think.
Yeah, so you look and go, he's a young lad.
He's like what they're planning for the long term.
You cannot put everything on him to score.
You can't put the goal scorer of Manchester United on a 21-year-old lad shoulders. That's just not fair at all.
But I think Rashford needs to up his game. I think.
Yeah, I've seen a lot about Rashford.
He loves to have a brilliant player, Marcus Rashford. But I tell you what, you start seeing certain players on the pitch when the sticks are down, which ones are wanting to take the fight. Yeah. And you go, Eriksen was not. Honestly, he should have come off probably before half time. Right. And you get a goal back. They go, obviously, I think they gone 2 goals up.
Yeah,
they had
3-1.
The third one was they'd gone 2-0 up, and then we got it. I was thinking it was 3. No, it was 4-3, wasn't it? Yeah. So they got that third goal, and we'd literally just got a goal. Brilliant, right? Keep composed, keep compact. Don't, just for a couple of minutes weather the storm, because Bayern are going to come for you.
Yeah, exactly.
And Eriksen, obviously, you're jumping up and you think, yeah, it was maybe, he couldn't move his arm. No. But come on, you're jumping up like that. What are you expecting? If you've got your arms up there, you have got to be expecting of, if it hits your arm, it's going to be a pen. And I knew as soon as he said, yeah, it's soft, but it's a pen.
You need to be aware of it. Yeah. Especially in the Champions League, they're gonna scrutinise every decision. It's a big competition. It's big that if that happens, they can't just let it slip, can they?
And when they got that third goal, that just took the wins completely out of us.
Out sales.
And then near right at the end, 3-2, we get one back and you think, hang on, with 1 goal and we can get a draw here.
Exactly.
And then they flipped to them and got another one. You think, oh my God, you've got minutes left of the game. Why are you not just keeping so? You know what I mean? It was just
you've got to keep compact.
Brexit at 4-4-2.
You've got to keep your shape. You've got to keep your shape.
Yeah, keep your shape. And there's people just they don't want to run. You think if you don't want to run, get off the pitch. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff with Man U. I know, obviously, the team that we took over. There's a lot of either injuries or suspensions, or it just feels now with Man U, it's like a different story every week. You've got the Greenwood thing. You've got then when that
Sancho,
Anthony. You've got Maguire that's getting...
There's been a right winger at Man United. You've got some strike going on.
I will say, for Maguire, I think it's absolutely vile. Honestly, the hate he gets is...
He can't fucking do anything without getting slowed. And I'll put out the odd tweet here or there. I'll take the piss, whatever. But there are people who will fully hunt after him, say the most disgraceful things about him and his family and his parents and his whatever, and I'm like, grow the fuck up, Ellie. It's not gonna help.
At the end of the day, he's a footballer. Do you know what I mean?
He's not gonna see.
He's obviously. Do you know what? People take Rooney used to get absolutely pelted because the ones that've been funny, the good-looking players don't tend to get as much kind of things.
I get that.
Does that make sense?
No, I get that.
But the ones that have got something that they can have a go at, which everyone does, to be fair. Like
Maguire's slab.
He's like that lad who was playing against Carlisle, number 11 for Derby. When he was coming off, and I was like, "You got no neck," and he was just an absolute unit. Like, he didn't have no neck.
Nah.
But do you know what I mean? You look, you shout like stuff like that. But I think it's an absolute disgrace. Like the amount of hate he gets. I don't think Southgate's helped him.
No.
Because I think what he should have done was maybe dropped him for a bit and just let him get his head.
Yeah, let him get his head in check before bringing him in. But then he brings him in, and then he scores an own goal, and that's not.
Honestly, see when he came on as a sub and then scored an own goal, I thought, oh, you couldn't write that.
It can't get any worse for him.
You could not write that for him.
I think he should have gone to West Ham in summer. I think that I would have, if I was him, that would have been the move. I think.
And do you know people going, why is he's trying to ask for? I think United were trying to give him like, was it 8 million in compensation for his contract? And 12 million. Everyone's going, oh, you're doing it for money. I thought too fucking right. If that was me and I was getting the amount of shit that I've got off Man U fans and England fans,
fucking
I'd be turning around and tell you what, I'm taking 100 from you, because I tell you what, honestly, the shit he's got, good on him. Do you know what? I actually think Harry Maguire, I don't think I'm not going to turn around and say, oh, he's absolutely fantastic, and he is a very solid centre back.
He's a lot better than a lot of people make him out to be.
He's definitely brilliant. I always think solid for England. Same with Jordan Pickford for Everton. People might go, oh, look at him, does this. If Jordan Pickford's got a better defence line in front of him, he would be absolutely top.
Unbelievable, yeah.
Because you're looking for England. I
still think he's one of the top keepers.
I do as well. Like, I mean, how many saves do you make for Everton?
Oh, no.
Look, honestly, if you're getting about 20 shots a game, you are not going to keep all of them out.
You're bound to
the amount of times you just do big ones, and you think, that keeps you in a game in a normal, like in a top 6 team or something.
Exactly. And I was surprised he didn't go to a top 6 side. There was rumours of him going to Tottenham, but then they signed that Guilherme Vicario geezer. There was rumours he was going to go to United, and they signed Onana. So, these big teams do look around players like Jordan Pickford.
He would have been dreadful if he'd gone to United, because I think he would have tried to play up to the occasion like Onana, and he would have got hammered because of England, and then Southgate would have got more pelters going, why are you picking him when he's crap for United? Yeah, that's how it is. It's like, it's a crap for the best keeper in the league for me is Alisson. I think he's honestly the amount of games like that he's saved Liverpool. I think oh my god, like that is,
even this season, was it against Newcastle? He made that save. Like it was like edge of the 6-yard box. Shot comes in and literally just like pushes it onto the back away. Like it got a lot of coverage. There was a point I was thinking, fuck me, it's only a save, but it was a very good save, and he does that every few weeks. You know what I mean? Like a big save like that. And
you need that. That's what you need from the top keepers. You need. I think Edison. I think, to be fair, Edison and Onana aren't that far different of very good distribution. Yeah. They love being a bit crazy and coming out a bit and clearance. Because let's be real, Edison, how many times has he been caught with big things? But it's not as big thing because of the other end, you've got Haaland scoring.
Exactly. Can make up for it.
Edison could concede 3 and City will score 4. This is what I mean with United. United will concede 3
and you're relying on 21-year-old Haaland. Up top,
and Rashford, who likes to have a shot from anywhere,
and Haaland is a good player, but was it 60 million they paid for him?
Yeah, I
think £60 million. That I wouldn't pay anywhere near that for him.
No, but this is it. This is football now.
When you pay for a young lad with a big fee like that, that's just instant pressure anyway.
Yeah, of course.
If I was a top Man United, I'm thinking, fuck me, they've paid 60 million for me.
Look at Anthony. It's like 90 million. But this is the recruitment at United. Get in, get early, and find these players. Why was Højlund not?
Yeah, United procrastinated so much. Yeah. Like
back in the day, you could get the likes of young lads coming in because you already had the experience there. The class of '92 always say, because they were always talked about Anders' youth, like Gary Neville, Ryan Giggs, Becks, Scholes, Phil Neville, and Nicky Butt. Yeah, they're always spoken about as the better. Like, they came through and United got lucky. Yeah, but they always say they had Cantona. They had. They had Cantona arguably, but they had Keane. You know what I mean? They had these players around them, the experienced players that were like. Schmeichel, another one, that brought them up. So when he got to like 99, they had that bit of experience. They're still young, but they had the experience. And then when you got to like Ronaldo coming to United, he then looked up to Neville, and I feel like with Fergie, he always had young players, but he always had the experience. Whereas United now, that balance. It's like, what's experience? A few years ago, Paul Pogba's the experienced player, and you turn around thinking
he's in his mid-20s. At that point in time.
Yeah, but then you'd probably say, he's played for a long time. But people go, Rashford's an experienced player. Experience, you can be an experienced footballer, but being an actual person that people are going to look and go,
Exactly.
I'm going to listen to them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Just because you have experience doesn't make you a leader, and it doesn't make you, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like...
And it's not like the dark ages of kind of... I think it has changed football now. It's not the way it was of like absolutely screaming and shouting, and obviously the rules have changed. You can't go through someone, you can't leave someone in on them. I get that now. But I definitely think the standard of kind of bit of passion.
There's a lack of fight.
There's too much money in football now. Like it's
honestly I see. Well, so I for people who don't know who are listening, I work at Gretna FC up in Scotland, and I see more passion from their lads than I see from top teams. And you know, and it's like it was something you said before. It was about like when you said about like Ericsson not working, blah blah blah, the rest kind of thing. It's the same for all the levels. If you don't work, you get punished. And like some of the lads that like after we played Darvel in the Scottish Cup, in the Challenge Cup. Darvel were favourites to go on and win that. We beat them 2-1, knocked them out. And when you look after the game, some of the lads have covered like 19 kilometres throughout the entire match. And it's like that's the level of fight you need to go and get a result like that against a side like that. And I think there isn't enough of that in the top levels anymore. People aren't willing to run. People aren't willing to fight. People aren't willing to put that extra tackle in. You know, run that extra yard. And
this
I think
is why I think you look
that's the undoing of a lot of teams nowadays. I think.
Yeah, 100%. I think a lot with teams now though. If you look at which of the teams that have got like obviously you've always got the passion at United and Liverpool and that stuff like that, because you just every certain like Liverpool when it comes to the Champions League, that Anfield is just like an absolute cauldron to go to.
Yeah, like when the come back against Barca.
Oh, that was absolutely unbelievable.
Half of that would have been.
And you can't not show passion, and you get.
They couldn't have done that at the Nou Camp. Do you know what I mean? Like it's the big atmosphere of that.
I always think the second. It's like when we had Bradford.
Yeah, Bradford
in the
came back
playoffs.
second leg.
I always said you need the home leg as your second leg.
Yeah, definitely.
Go there and just. You know, little damage as possible.
Yeah.
Try and get away. If you can get a win, brilliant. But get home and
we lost 1-0 to Bradford away, but then it's like we
all knew.
We saw that they like Simo brought them in front of our fans, and they all got in a circle and huddled. We were all chanting that.
You can insert that video.
I will if I can find one. Yeah. And we knew at that point, like
I knew we were going.
I was there. I was like.
I'm not saying I knew we'd win, but I did think.
I knew we were still in it.
We're 100% in this, and I thought one goal over 90 minutes. Carlisle be able to do that.
Yeah.
But that's another thing with obviously like you've got like the local lads like Owen Moxon, Taylor Charters. Yeah. You've got Paul Huntington, the local lads, Paul Simpson, you know Jack Ellis. You got these lads that are all in here now, and you kind of look and go, Christ, it's good to have.
It's
local
a Cumbrian core
because they get Carlisle United. They want to run for. Exactly. I've never seen honestly. Moxon last year was phenomenal.
Yeah.
But when the chips are down, if you watch. You probably do, but like when the chips are down and they're hammering, maybe say if we're like 1 or 2-0 down, and maybe they do a counter attack. Yeah. Moxon's always one of the ones absolutely bolting back, and then he tries to get someone, and he always wins it. You know,
I literally I noticed that against Derby this weekend. Yeah, as well, actually,
he was all off. He
was always on the toes of the.
And Taylor's like that as well. I think. Yeah. I think it's just you get obviously there's other players like that and stuff, but I think you've just got to. It's like if one of us were playing for it, you're gonna in them hard. Obviously, I'm not saying every single minute of every game you've got to show passion because that's just impossible to do.
Honestly, I am one of the most like unfit, out of shape fuckers going. You put me in a Carlisle shirt and wear 2-0 down 8th minute, I'll fucking run for anything. Mate. Honestly, I'll run for fuck. Like it's one of them. You need lads like that who are going to put that extra mile in and put the extra work in. And I'm glad that we've got that core of players in our team that
we just need to build on. I mean, you think if the money comes in and then look what Simo's done with a very low budget
that we've had so far.
Think of. Oh my god!
And there's some Barra fans that I speak on Twitter all the time about like they've got the amount of money they're paying for Joe Garner's wages and I'm like, mate, in the grand scheme of things compared to some of the teams we've got pennies. Like we're working with pennies here, and I'm not saying I have the accounts of the club bloody lined up and
no, but Barra will always look at that and go, oh, Carlisle United have been going.
Barra fans say that. Look at some of the money they've been spending this season. Some of the signings they've brought in. You know, Dom Telford from Crawley, like the David Warren.
They're going for promotion.
Yeah.
Like, none of this kind of if they don't get promoted, kind of them going. Well, we didn't want it. You're going for promotion.
Yeah.
So if you don't get it,
and they've been spending a lot of money on those signings, but you heard nothing about that because
I think Stockport will go. I think Stockport will go.
Yeah, I mean they've just Stockport just hammered Wrexham 5-0 this weekend. Gone Wrexham. Oh my word! I want to talk about them actually for a minute. The lack of respect that some of their players have for that step up is what's put them in this situation. Yeah. Ollie Palmer, one of their strikers, was like, I think we'll definitely get promoted. They've underestimated the step up to this league massively.
That's the difference between, because you look, Simo was like, we're going to build, we've got a 3-year project.
Yeah.
They're going, and it's, look, there is absolutely
nothing
wrong with having them, but I think when you put yourself out there, get ready to get burned, because I tell you what, I think it'd be Stockport going up. I think it'd be either County or Notts County or Wrexham.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who else. Gillingham will be up there.
Gillingham
I think
will be up
Bradford
there
will
this
naturally be up there.
I don't know. Bradford have started pretty badly though.
I think they'll come good. I think they maybe come good. I think
if
I know they're
Bradford
going
wanna
about
come
attendance,
good,
but I think the crowd might be. You know what I mean?
If Bradford want to come good, they need to get rid of Mark Hughes. I think that's and that's.
Well, everyone goes on about Mark Hughes, and you go, he's not won a trophy.
No, exactly.
He's never won a trophy.
He's
I didn't even realise that.
He's managed in the Premiership, but that's and I think
his experience is what they brought him in for.
Exactly. If Bradford want to find success this season or the next, Mark Hughes needs to go, because I think he's too stuck in his ways of the tactics he wants to play.
I put Tranmere up in the
23rd.
playoffs. Yeah,
23rd.
And do you know what I thought? I thought Dennis will go to them. Dennis will be absolutely on it. And I thought they've got a decent, but
they might not be in 23rd anymore because they did win this weekend.
No, I think they are. I think Sutton and
Tranmere
are bottom. That's a man, Patrick and Christian Dennis.
The ex-Carlisle boys in the shitter.
I'd love to know who's actually up there. I know Gillingham will be up there.
So at the minute, Notts County are top of the league. You've got Gillingham in second, Mansfield are in third, Crawley are in fourth. I did not expect Crawley to do very well at all, but they've performed well.
I'm Kate Jones, of course. I am.
Swindon, Crewe, and Wrexham make up the rest of those spots. Tranmere are still 23rd, but they got their first win of I don't think it's the first win of the season, but like their first positive result in quite a while. 2-0 against Accrington.
I like watching that Welcome to Wrexham thing on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I know. And
I quite like it. I think that Phil Parkinson's an absolute gobshite, honestly.
Some of their players are likeable as well, that's what I'm saying, but like you've got some of the other players, and it's like, I think them as a club, they've not realised how big of a step up it is from the National League to League 2. Like, because you're in the EFL, it's everyone's full time, everyone's professional.
I'd love to do an away. If they come up, if they do get promoted, it'd be a good.
I'd love an away day.
And then obviously they come up and whatever. You want to be playing against the best teams, but to be fair, they've got one season to get up, because if they try and get up next season, we're gone. We're in the Championship.
With the PIATAKS money. Championship.
Next year we'll be aiming for getting up, but that's the thing. Like, you've got to promote. You've got to aim. Looking at everyone else around you, Stockport will come up.
Yes.
You've got to remember that next season you will get a lot of teams that Carlisle have already played in, obviously League 2. We'll have the experience of League 1. They're obviously coming up. It's just, I will say this: if Wrexham do the double bounce, which Carlisle did once upon a time, I think their arse will fall out when they hit League 1, because I think a lot of their players were League 1 standard when they came down.
They were,
and that's all right, and that's good and well.
But they've got used to
they need to, for Wrexham to carry on, they need to get like Championship players coming down.
Yeah.
And I know that's obviously hard to do, but if you show a good project and you show a good kind of path, players want to come to that.
They've got Championship players even in League 2. They signed Will Boyle, centre back from Huddersfield Town, who was like in and out of their team a fair bit. Like, he's old, veteran, big lad, fucking ugly bastard and all. But you want to be bringing in players like that. They'll have the experience and have the kind of those extra years.
Paul Mullen's class.
Paul Mullen is fucking unbelievable.
He's weird, like, because it's like he's clearly a striker, but how he plays, it's like a winger or like a cam.
He's
so nimble.
He drops in a lot. He drops in a lot.
He's not like Ollie Palmer. Like, seems like a proper
out and out. Number 9.
He's like kind of
big stocky fella.
Yeah, whereas
not
Mullen is like
stocky but built.
Yeah, Elliot Lee's been good for them, hasn't he?
Elliot Lee has been incredible for them. Elliot Lee is probably their player of the season so far.
We'll see how they get on. We'll do a prediction in the next episode. We'll get predictions. And
That's what we'll do.
We'll do Premier League, Championship, League 1 and League 2.
Well, speaking of predictions, while we're here, should we, to end the episode, predict next weekend's round of Premier League results? And we'll come back to them.
No.
Why?
Because
you're a fucking knobhead and you get it all wrong.
Yeah, and then we'll have Carlisle in as well.
Yeah, why not? Well, we'll start with Carlisle. Carlisle's next game, Saturday 30th September, Wycombe Wanderers away. What are you thinking ahead of that?
It's hard, because I think with Carlisle now, with every game, it's like someone's like, it's a big game on Saturday. Every game is a big game currently. Like, it is every single game. Naturally, you want to bias and go, we could get a win. I actually think we could get a win at Wycombe. To be fair, I don't see why not. But
I mean, they've been in good form.
Where are they at the moment?
They're in League 1. Wycombe.
I know they're in League 1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know that. I know.
Oh, they're in League 1.
In League 1, they sit at 11th place. 3 points off playoffs. They've been doing quite well for themselves. They've won 3 of the last 5. Just lost 3-1 against Charlton Athletic, so maybe that'll be a kind of bump in the road for them. Whereas we've only got 1 win in our last 5, that being against Shrewsbury.
I will go with feel like it's going to be one of these. It's either going to be like 2 or 3-0 to us, or it's going to be like 2-2.
Right.
Tell you what, I've said it. I think the owners are going to, or the potential owners might be in the air.
Because it hasn't been finalised yet, but
depends how many fans we get down there. Yeah. I'll say 2-0. I'll say 2-0.
2-0 Carlisle.
You've got to go.
I'm going to back it. I'm going to say 1-0 Carlisle. Joe Garner's coming on in the last 20 minutes to score a header and winning.
I tell you what, I actually hope. I hope Ryan Edmondson comes good because I actually think he's such a nice lad.
Well,
I think Jane Harris as well. I think
he came on against Derby. Didn't really do much, but he didn't have much.
He's got the work rate though, hasn't he? He has got that work. It's just that end kind of finish. But it is what his Plange come on good.
Yeah,
Luke Plange. I think he's
got that goal against Lincoln, didn't he?
Yeah, I tell you who's been brilliant. Who's taken the step up by absolute storm. John Gibson and Callum Guy.
Definitely,
I think they have been fantastic.
Brilliant.
But yeah, it depends. It's obviously. Say in goal and stuff like that.
Yeah,
there could be a change in goal with obviously what's happened at the weekend.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Would I put Thomas Holy in that? I think I maybe.
I'd put Thomas Holy back in there.
I think I'd just give him a chance. I think I'd give him a chance again, and then
I think
we'll see where we go. If not, I'll back Yoko to.
Yeah. Anyone with confidence in 6.
Yeah, I think with confidence, but I'll go 2-0.
Right, I'm saying 1-0. Premier League fixtures coming up for this weekend.
Fly through these quickly.
Yeah, I was going to say fly through these quick before we end. So Aston Villa versus Brighton. I'm going to go 1-1. I'm saying 1-1. Two very evenly matched teams.
3-3.
3-3. High scoring.
We get a point system here.
We'll
say 1 point for.
1 point for.
Correct if I've said 3-3. If it's a draw 1-1,
right,
then you get a point. 2 points if you get the correct score.
2 points correct score.
Right.
Okay.
So I'll say 3-3.
I'm saying 1-1. Villa v Brighton. Bournemouth versus Arsenal. Arsenal are going to win
4-0.
I'm going to say 3-1 Arsenal.
4-0 Arsenal.
I think Bournemouth. I think Bournemouth.
Where's that Bournemouth?
Yeah. It doesn't change much. Bournemouth Stadium's a fucking shed, mate. 11,000 capacity. It's smaller than Rutton Park. That's not going to change.
I know, but you never know.
I'm not going to.
God,
Bournemouth fans aren't going to like that. Don't worry, there's not many. So we've got, and I mean, Bournemouth haven't scored a lot in their last 5, so I don't think it'll be like much of a high scoring game for them. I reckon maybe they'll get a goal. But Arsenal, they look like scoring a lot at the minute.
Maybe 2-0 or something.
4-0 against PSV.
I'll go 4-0 Arsenal. I'll go 4-0. 4-0 Arsenal.
I'm saying Bournemouth. 3-1 Arsenal.
Right.
Everton versus Luton. Everton are winning that 4-0.
Nah. Yeah. Where's it at, Luton?
Nah, Goodison. It's at Goodison Park. I'm backing Everton to fucking thrash them.
2-1 Luton.
2-1 Luton.
Do you know what? And I bet you this is one of these games, right? I could be completely wrong, but I actually think they've just got to win, bounce on from there. Luton, where you're going, you'll definitely beat them, and then Luton going to turn up and spoil the party. 1-0, maybe 2-1, 1-0.
They've both got very positive results, like in like retrospect for them. So
I'll go 2-1. 2-1 Luton.
Everton have just got their first win. Luton have just picked up their first point against Wolves, but I think Everton will be spurred on a lot by that. I think Beto is going to run that fucking Luton defence stupid. I think it's going to be 4. Actually, I'll say 3-0 Everton. I won't lose it. I'll say 3-0 Everton. Man United versus Crystal Palace. This genuinely could go either way. United have been playing. It's at Old Trafford. But the way that United have been playing, this one could go either way.
Do you know what? I can easily say Palace to beat us. Fucking 2-1 or something, 2-0.
They're just off the back of a goalless draw versus Fulham. Man United have obviously beat Burnley, but it wasn't extremely convincing. Only 1-0 against Burnley.
It wasn't convincing, but when you get the job done and you kind of go, right, that's enough.
Yeah.
You're at home. Look, Palace are an alright side, but you should...
I'm going to say 2-1 to Manchester United.
I'll say 3-1 United.
Alright.
But I will say, if we get beat, I would not be surprised. If we get beat 2-0.
Newcastle versus Burnley. I think that's going to be Newcastle just demolition.
Where's
to be honest.
St James's.
It's St James's, yeah. Burnley.
5-1.
I had Burnley 5-1.
To Burnley.
I had Burnley as a bit of a dark horse coming up. To be fair, but they've just not impressed at all since they've come.
If they go straight back down, Company will be gone. It'll go to somewhere else.
I'm gonna say Newcastle 4, Burnley 0.
What did I say?
I think you said 5-1.
5-1.
Yeah.
5-1.
West Ham versus Sheffield United. I'm gonna say West Ham win that 1-0. I think they just grind it out. I know Sheffield United have been battered, but I think they'll approach the next game with a much more defensive tactic after that.
I think
because they want to avoid that again. I'm saying West Ham 1-0.
2-0 West Ham.
Yeah. Wolves versus City. City are going to put fucking 5 past them. It's not going to be good for Wolves. Wolves can't even get a win against fucking Luton. It's going to be 5-0 City. Erling Haaland's going to score 4 of them. And I don't care.
It's funny because a couple of seasons ago you probably turn around and say, Wolves could easily get a result.
Yeah.
Go 3-2
back in their stride, back in their glory day.
I'll say...
No, I'm saying 5-0 City.
5-1 You're saying 5?
Yeah.
I'll say 6 now.
6? Fucking hell.
City.
Jesus.
Actually, no, I won't. I'll say 3-0. I'll say 3-0.
3-0 City.
Yeah, it's 3-0.
All right, and then
I think it's so easy to go, they'll hammer them, but that's not...
on the day, it's different, isn't it? It's different on the day, I suppose. Tottenham versus Liverpool, that's a very big one.
Oh, is that this?
It's Yeah, I'm going to say Tottenham win.
Christ.
I'm going to say Tottenham win 2-1.
I think Tottenham will win that.
Yeah.
Especially if that was at Anfield, I'd have gone, maybe a draw.
It's a Tottenham Hotspur
I think
Stadium. And honestly, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is bouncing at the minute with the way that they're going.
If they win this game, is that on Sunday?
Yeah. Saturday.
Is that Saturday night?
Yeah.
If they win that on Saturday, I think you've got to start going, right, what is their season going to be? Because I tell you what, that is some start to the season that they've had. Especially if you're them teams, you're like, they've got a draw with Arsenal. But I'll go with 2-1 to Spurs, and Liverpool will score first.
Alright, then. Comeback. I'm saying 2-1 Spurs also.
Maddison winner or something like that.
Got one on Sunday, 2 p.m. kickoff, Forest versus Brentford. I'm going to say
1-1.
Oh, okay. I was going to say 1-0 Forest. I think Brentford, they'll be wanting to get back at it after the loss to Everton, but I think they'll be a bit shaken by that, and Forest looking really good. Taiwo Wanyi for Forest, the Nigerian striker. He looks like scoring every time he goes forward. I think he'll get the goal at 1-0 Forest. Job's a good one. And then we've got the one Monday fixture, Fulham versus Chelsea, 8 p.m. kickoff. And I'm going to
5-0 Fulham.
I'm going to say 1-0 Fulham.
Wait, is this a Fulham?
Yeah, it's Craven Cottage. I'm going to say 1-0 Fulham.
And 2-1 Fulham.
Yeah,
I think it'll be one of them where it'll be like they'll be in it and maybe Fulham will just nick a.
Yeah.
I don't think there's something going. I mean, Chelsea. This shows you can't buy it. You cannot buy anything.
Something rotten going on at Chelsea.
You
They
cannot buy
spent so much money, and they're in the absolute shitter.
And do you know what? As much as we say about City and that, how much they've spent in the couple of seasons he's been in charge is absolutely.
Chelsea's spending to like.
How have they not been picked up with FFP?
I actually don't know.
Or maybe it'll end up. It's because they've done all these like 8-year contracts, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
right. Well, it's Premier League predictions.
We'll soon see. Next week will either be in depression session or it'll be.
Fucking Carlisle beat on the road.
I'll be happy if Carlisle win. I'll be absolutely.
Carlisle on the win. The PIATAKS on the way.
Because after next week, I'm probably going to majority of the games.
Yeah.
After that, because there's a couple of home games and then there's a lot of big away games I'm going to.
Well then, thank you all for listening to The Last Ditch. We hope to see you again next week, or whenever the next episode decides to grace your platforms.
It'll most likely be a weekly thing, guys, so hopefully just stay tuned, and we have got some big episodes hopefully coming with some different guests and that
Indeed.
in contact with. So, thank you very much for watching, guys, and we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.